Alô?
Alô,
Alô, olha aí, até Ed apareceu aqui.
animal selvagem.
Que é? Isso foi onde? Essa guinha?
Por que a voz do bicho tá tão baixa, hein?
A minha ou de Ed?
A de Ellie.
Deixa eu
Ah,
ver aqui. A minha porque deve ser falando baixo, mas deixa eu conferir.
Ah, tá falando baixo, hein?
Não, procura aqui.
cadê Ed? Você abriu minha live aí pra dar view?
Quem
Melhorou?
que achou essa bosta, Matheus?
Melhorou?
Melhorou.
Tá mais alto.
Melhorou.
Agora sim.
Ah. Ah.
Fazer faxina, rapaz. Sim, Floresta, essa Guinness, tu tomou ou tu mostrou a foto só?
Guinness? Guinness? Que Guinness?
Manda uma foto aí de uma Guinness.
Eu?
Sim, dia 20 de junho.
Aonde, homem?
No geral, filho.
Ah, ixi, sei não, faz tempo isso aí, pô.
Acho que quando a gente tá falando dos copos de cerveja, Matheus.
Ah, foi mesmo, mandei um copo de com a Guinness.
Porque tu é baitola.
She saw them. Elusive.
Ganhei um aumento, estou novo, estou grávida, caralho. 5 pessoas vendo minha live, bateu um recorde de rapaziada. Eita, Floresta, velho.
The trees. The mountains. Caves.
E Ed, quando é que vai voltar a jogar R6?
A R6 só quando o XD finalizar o computador comigo.
Tá em processo, tá em processo. Mas vai zerar a Green Hell Cop.
Eita, bota crer, viu?
É de pro player lá. Vamos ver se Ed vai se achar com a manjuba do Índio, não.
Que
Eu
porra
não
é
lembro mais
isso?
nada de
Dizendo
Green Hell,
curva.
eu acho que tu não faz parada.
Prato feio da porra, Floresta. Ah, feijão.
É virada paulista, que eu
Pô.
tinha falado virada paulista e o povo não sabia o que era.
I wonder
E o que é isso na direita? Arroz, feijão e o que?
Não sei, não tô
Esse
vendo.
frito.
to
Ah, eu não sei como eu faço pra marcar não.
if you look for them.
Ah, mandei de novo, acho que. É, tu consegue olhar.
Mother? Senua, you have the sight. Just like I do. Once you can see into the underworld. The underworld and all the souls within it will see you. Don't be afraid
espectador.
when I speak to you. I will always
Sir,
be
que minha live tá, que a live tá aberta aqui.
Did you see her?
Bom estado. Comprou micro-ondas, Floresta?
Galena.
Ainda não.
She was a priestess. A healer.
Porra, a montagem é
She
essa?
taught Senua to see the weave that binds the world together.
Ei,
And it was beautiful.
dia 2.
It was a
Tu tá
time.
no sul ainda, Ed?
Tô. Frio da porra aqui, viu?
Vai
Com
ficar
essa
de vez aí,
tangue.
morando aí mesmo, é?
Não. Eu vou
Vai não?
voltar no final do
Cared
mês.
for her mother.
Vou não.
Fica aí, pô.
Senua still sees her face from time to time.
Bom te ver XD2. Por que XD? Tu tava com outra
Ei,
conta?
o furacão que teve bateu aí, Ed? Não
Ah,
tá?
foi eu abri uma conta no Discord. lá.
Bateu, Jorge.
Sério?
Sério, mas aqui não teve nada.
Poxa.
Quem disse que eu lembro do caminho de volta? Ah, pra cá.
With the mark of Valravan and the mark of Surt, you may cross the bridge over the River of Knives to Helheim.
Why is she waiting? Open the gate. Open the gate. No, it's dangerous. It's dangerous. Don't open the gate. Don't. She's done it.
Ué.
So dark. It's dark. The dark. Only the dead may cross. Only the dead may cross. Only the dead may cross.
Truth? Anyone?
There is no one here but me.
Not you.
Did you think that I would let you go? That you lost me back in the wilds? I will never let you go. You can't get rid of me. I am your shadow. And I will be watching when you draw your last dying gasp.
I'm not ready to die.
You will be when you see what they did to your dear beloved.
Caraca, aquela Blood Eagle, velho.
In this
Porra.
waking nightmare,
Fizeram Blood Eagle no cara.
dreams come true. You searched for control, a way to pull through. When you were in love, you left him in tears to smother your furies and banish your fears. But in darkness they came, through stormy black seas they raided these shores. Do you still hear his screams? And now that you're home, he's so far away. They've taken his soul. To these gods you cannot pray. They can break you, but not your promise. Even death won't keep you apart. Through his darkness you will find him. In your sword still beats a heart. You fought for love unspoilt by your darkness within. You fought for your dreams. Now there's no way to win. In the head of his corpse lies the seat of his soul. So you must carry his vessel to bring him back home.
No!
They can break you, but not your promise. Even death won't keep you apart. Through this darkness you will find him. In your sword still beats a heart. The darkness touched you. Everyone could see it in the hollows of your eyes. A gaze averted from life. You ran from it but brought it nearer. Led it to him. An endless suffering worse than death. And you wanted to surrender. Abandon to find peace with the gods. No. The darkness won't allow it. So you will walk into the lair of the beast. Look it in the eye, and you will go to war. This is your mission. This is your quest. There is nothing else left.
Caraca, velho, fizeram Blood Eagle no cara. Com o cara vivo, você abre as costas dele por trás, abre as costelas e vai tirando os órgãos dele, os pulmões, até o cara morrer. Bora.
You a warrior for a reason. It's your calling.
Vem pro fight.
When there is a new road ahead, the only one that makes any sense.
Ai!
Take him down!
Não dá pra ficar correndo em volta dele. Ai! Sempre me esqueço do combo dele. Beleza. Golpeia. Nossa, você é chato, hein, de matar. Dá pra dar um golpe.
Do it. You're close.
Toma.
She finished him.
Ué. Aí.
Every gate you open into darkness brings another change.
Get up quick. Fuck.
Levanta, levanta. Levanta, levanta. Oi?
Você tá com muito espectador?
Não, eu só tô com um.
Que é XD.
É, deve ser.
E por que tu saiu de lá?
Oi?
E por que tu saiu?
Porque eu tô concentrado no jogo, esse jogo é de história, tem que estar focado, não é só pela live.
Agora tá travando pra caramba, viu isso pra mim?
E é?
É,
Oxi.
acabei de abrir aqui, tá travadeira danada.
Ih.
Tá pausado aqui pra mim.
Tá, pausei. Ela tá XD lá se tá travando.
Vamos subir.
Ei, XD, tá travando a live aí? Vê aí quando eu tirar do pause.
Vai, volta. Não.
Então é alguma coisa errada. Teu ping tá pausado no Discord.
Tá só esquivando, né? Pode.
Aqui ele tá pausado.
Agora pausou, né? Tá esquivando, pausou.
Agora tá funcionando.
Esquivou.
É, tá rodando agora. Travou.
Não, pode dizer.
Aqui travou já.
É travando de internet ou travando de FPS?
Tá travando da internet, como que fica carregando a bolinha.
Eu acho que é tua internet.
Ah, filha da...
Travou já. Travou no caso, fica carregando.
Ele tá batendo no menor.
Tá travado. Tem 3 espectadores. 6 horas já de live.
Tá mais um mudinho ali.
Ixi, Maria, tá no perfil.
Ih, gostei dessa jogabilidade. Achei que era mais
Jogos
parado.
mais jogados no
Ai, caralho, ainda tem mais aqui, filha da... Ah, vou ativar meu negócio.
Tem que botar a barra dúbia. Bota.
Ai, vai um viado de escudo.
Ih, rapaz. Que preconceituosa é essa?
Nossa, eu tô morrendo,
Que é
tô morrendo.
isso, velho? Dava. Reporta Matheus aí, não.
Cadê o Family Friend nessa porra?
Existe esse tema agora?
Family Friend? Como é que é?
Tu é, filho?
Sou. Minhas lives são totalmente Family Friend. Aprendi com o BRKC2.
Ele posta, não tem mesmo o que fazer, não, né?
Ah, YouTube é que tem, pô. BRKC2.
Não, mas o YouTuber Game, quem é o maior?
BRKC2.
É sério?
Claro.
Não, pode não. Consigo acreditar nisso.
Droga!
Já volto.
Vai.
Ah, não é aqui, aqui foi onde eu vim. Porra é essa? Onde que eu tenho que ir? Aqui. peixinhos ZX.
The journey to Helheim is never a straight one. Each must find their own path. Align yourself to its secrets, and you will find yours.
However you come to the gold-covered bridge that leads to Hell, you may find it guarded by a giantess. She will ask your name. She will ask your lineage. She will ask your business. The Northmen tell of the warrior woman Brynhild, who leapt into fire and rode to Hell to join her slain love Sigurd, and is challenged by the giantess.
Beleza, peixinhos ZX. Tem algum aqui? A hora tem isso. Opa, o X tá por aqui. E aqui tá o Z. É por causa de tudo tá ali. Só muda o ângulo. Ali também. Olha o Z. Não. É do outro lado. Ah, deixa eu subir logo aqui. Ó, o X. Podia ser o X. Ah, tá mais difícil que eu imaginava. Aqui, beleza. Falta o X e o peixinho. O peixinho tá aqui. Ali. Beleza. X. Eu acho que eu passei direto do X. Tá essa porra desse X. Não vai ser aqui, velho. Não tem condição. Vou fazer aquela volta.
Hela possesses large dwelling places in Helheim. Tall are her walls, high are her gates. The name of her dish is hunger. Her knife is famine. On her threshold all will stumble. Her bed is called sick bed, and her bed hangings are called flames of a funeral pyre. They say she is easy to recognize, half black and half the color of flesh, and her face menacing and grim.
Beleza. Falta a porra do X. Tem um ali já, ó. Podia ser muito bem aquele. Tcharam. Fechou.
Song again.
Is it?
It's Hela.
Yes, the source of the darkness. It's coming. This is your moment.
I'm sorry. I can't watch this.
What are you doing? You're showing weakness. You're not a warrior. You're a disgrace. The gods will punish you for this. Pick up the sword. Pick it up. Fight the darkness. Fight it. Get up. Get up. Get up and fight.
GG.
Stormy seas and lost souls. She's dreamt of this before. They say dreams are visions of our memories, thoughts and fears, as seen by our inner eye. But what if each one of us is always dreaming?
even when awake, and we only see what our inner eye creates for us. Is this what hell is? A world shaped by Senua's nightmares. Maybe that's why people feared seeing the world through her eyes. Because if you believe that Senua's reality is twisted, you must accept that yours might be too.
You failed the gods. You're pathetic. Rotten. Cursed. What were you thinking? Did you really think you could win? How stupid can you be?
So stupid.
Everyone hates her. She's cursed.
The shadow.
Look at you. A warrior. Worthless. Weak. Pathetic. Go on. Feel sorry for yourself, because there is no one left to do that for you.
Everywhere you failed. What's that?
Take it. If you're too much of a coward to fight, then end the suffering. Broken and lost. Just like your soul.
Come on. There.
Ai, cortou a cara.
Why go on when you give everything and face that which torments you, only to find that it is worse than you could have imagined? Why go on? Is it really so weak to ask this? Or are we just so afraid of the honest answer that we do not dare pose the question? Sometimes the answer lies in a memory, a feeling, a song.
It's not real. It's a trick. It's not real. It is real. Listen to it.
Don't give up.
Dillian. It's
Not like this.
It's not real. It is real. It's a trick. Don't trust it. Maybe you're already dead.
Who are you?
Do you still believe in yourself?
No. It's not. It's a trick. She knows it's a trick. He's already dead. He can't be here. It's impossible.
Dillian.
Come to me. Please.
The light. Go towards the light. It's him. There he is.
Não vai em
It
direção à
can't be
luz.
him. It's just a trick. It's in your mind. It's in your mind. It's real. Go towards it. There it is. You're imagining this. It's Dillian. He's gone. You would have slow. How could you? Keep going. How could you? Keep going. Ignore the pain. I told you it was to trick you. I told you. Where are you going? See, there's nothing to follow. Come on.
Before she first met him, she was not in a good place. Just a teenager, but not like the others. Barely functioning, she rarely left the house. Her father, Zinbal, made sure of that. Only occasionally did she venture out on her own, collecting firewood and herbs. Errands out in the Ogni Plains. That was her world. Like this one. Barren and lonely.
It's already disappeared. Nothing lives here, not even you. It's in your mind. You think you can see it, but it's in your mind.
Boa, véi. Até a trilha sonora é foda desse jogo.
Sabe porra nenhuma,
There
Matheus.
he was. The lone figure of a boy.
He's there, under the tree.
Soul play under the shade of a tree.
You have to
She remembers the first time she saw Bridget. With her young eyes, he moved as if dancing, and the world danced with him.
You have to keep doing it, because
The gloom lifted, and for the first time in years she felt a ray of hope.
The Northmen tell of a great hero. His name is Sigmund. His father's hall was built around a great tree, and one day Odin comes and thrusts a sword into the tree, a gift to whomever can release it. Many try, but the sword only comes out at Sigmund's touch. His brother-in-law, King Siggeir, wants it, but Sigmund refuses him, so King Siggeir plots revenge. He invites Sigmund and his brothers to a feast, but when they arrive, they are met with an army, not a warm welcome. King Siggeir captures Sigmund and his brothers, steals his coveted sword, and readies them for execution. Death for Sigmund and his brothers seems certain. But the king's wife is Sigmund's sister, and she begs for mercy and implores the king to chain them up instead. He agrees. Not for mercy, though, but because he plans an even more cruel and lingering death. Chained to a tree in the forest that night, a she-wolf comes and devours one of Sigmund's brothers. She returns, ravenous, night after night, until only Sigmund is left. The next day, Sigmund's sister sends a death for Sigmund and his brothers seems certain.
No.
But the king's wife is Sigmund's sister, and she begs for mercy and implores the king to chain them up instead. He agrees. Not for mercy, though, but because he plans an even more cruel and lingering death. Chained to a tree in the forest that night, a she-wolf comes and devours one of Sigmund's brothers. She returns, ravenous, night after night, until only Sigmund is left. The next day, Sigmund's sister sends a servant with honey to smear on Sigmund's face. But to what end? Well, that night, when the she-wolf appears again, you'll never guess what happens.
Tem que subir na próxima pedra. fazer aqui, cara? É, aqui não tem nada. Vou voltar.
Day after day, watching from afar, she mimicked him, perfecting her own secret dance, wishing those fleeting moments of light would stretch out to last forever.
No. It's a trick. It's an illusion. It's not real. It's real. You want to believe it's real, but it's a trick. You're deluded. Where are you going? Where is she going? What is she following? You can't even fight. It's just deception.
How does he so effortlessly court the world and bliss? If only she could do the same. See the world through eyes anew and dance with it, just like he does.
What's your name?
Ah, acho ela aí onde ela conheceu o cara.
Senua.
I haven't seen you before.
I don't leave home much.
Oh, Zenua's daughter.
I have to go.
Wait. Who taught you to fight like that?
No one.
No one.
Well, I watched you, and
You learnt all of that from watching me? You should become a warrior, you know.
me?
I'm Dillian. I'm here for the warrior trials. Just come and watch. And bring your sword.
You can't put it into words. That moment when you look into the eyes of the one who's supposed to reassure you, make you feel safe. It only takes an instant. Fear swallows you before you have a chance to make sense of it. And darkness becomes a part of who you are. But her world changed the day the Northmen took him from her. Senua knows that there's no going back to how things were. That there's nothing to go back to at all.
Stay still, stay quiet, hide, don't tell her.
Their gods can see into your mind. They will use this power to destroy you.
They won't stop me. I can still feel it.
Whatever's left of him, They will never let him go.
I'm not gonna let him rot here.
You're the one rotting here.
Leave me alone.
You will die here.
No.
And all your suffering will have been for nothing.
Shut up! Dillion? Is that you? I'll find you, man. I promise.
Can you see him? You want to believe it. Is it not real? Is he there? You're alone in these mountains. Is that there? Nothing lives here. You won't survive. You met him by the tree. She met him by the tree.
Ô XD, tá aí?
What's he trying to tell?
XD.
He's waiting for you by the tree.
O Shadow of Tomb Raider ainda tá por 100 conto ainda, né?
Uhum.
Sempre vai ir lá.
Tá 70 e pouco, não? Na...
Ô XD, tá aí?
Sim.
Foda.
Alô, alô XD.
Oi.
Tu consegue ver se tá... Eu voltei pro Ultra aqui. Consegue ver se tá travando?
Tá de boa, vai.
Vai ver, era só no PC de L.
Tava vendo aqui até agora, não tava travando não.
Não, mas eu aumentei agora. Tá de boa ainda, né?
Tá, a corrida dela que é estranha. E dá a impressão que tá travando, mas não tá não.
Ah, então era o PC de L mesmo que tava travando naquela hora. Eu jogando aqui, tinha diminuído os gráficos pra nada.
Eu acho que era a conexão dele. Não era nem gráfico não.
Se bem que também do alto pro muito alto não tô vendo muita diferença não.
Também não.
As the she-wolf
Tira qual é a
makes
diferença aqui
succumb
mesmo
from
do
Sigmund's
item
face,
aqui?
he bites the wolf's tongue. The she-wolf pulls away, but Sigmund holds on. The chains break, and he is free. After his escape, Sigmund lives like us, hidden in the forest. His enemy, King Siggeir, believing him dead, as his sister plots revenge. And for vengeance to succeed, even the great Sigmund needs help. So she sends her sons to him. But their blood is weak and corrupted, and they're put to death by Sigmund. So his sister hatches a new plan, one that is cold of heart and pure of blood.
Você é um jogador veterano e exigente, bicho. Você é completamente insano e ama o...
Sigmund's sister trades shapes with a sorceress, and in disguise, she lies with her own brother. She gives birth to a son named Sinfjotli. After a time, she sends him to the forest to Sigmund. He tests the boy and finds him strong and fearless, and so they go to take their vengeance on King Siggeir. But luck is not on their side. They're captured, and Siggeir has them buried alive.
Não é nada aqui.
Its name is Gramr. It was forged by the god of all Northmen, Odin, and gifted to Sigmund, a great warrior.
I need this sword. It's important. Can you help me?
The sword appears whole, but it is an illusion. It shattered into shards long ago. It is said a great warrior can reforge Gramr by answering the trials of Odin, one for each shard. The roots of the Tree of Death will take you to new lands, where you will face the trials.
Go to the shards. Go to the shard. Go to the shards. What's the shard?
The metal runestones.
It's in front of you. Find them. The metal. The runes.
You need that sword.
Go to the shard.
Find the shards.
Where is it? Find it. There it is.
Focus.
There's the shard. Focus.
Focus.
Use your eyes. Look.
Get closer.
A king in the north forced the dwarves to make a sword that would never fail and never rust, and that would slice through iron and stone and bring victory to its bearer. But the angry dwarves cursed it. It would be the death of a man every time it was drawn, and it would be the death of the king. Let me tell you about the sword Tyrving.
Tá bom.
I don't recognize this place.
Where are we?
Where is she?
It feels wrong. Where are we now? Burial mound. So strange that we go to such lengths to bury death. Something so very ordinary, inevitable. It's as if we conspire to hide death, because we have no answer for it. But when it comes and forces itself onto our friends or loved ones, then comes the reckoning.
Dead in the air. You can feel the dead.
Senua, you remind me of a story that the Northmen tell about a young woman warrior. Her name is Hervor, the daughter of a berserker, born after he was killed. She's a wild, willful child who teaches herself to fight with weapons. When she learns where her father is buried, her only desire is to reclaim the treasure buried with him, but above all, the sword, Tyrving.
cá. Não.
Don't go in there. Go in. You talk to Gillian. Take the torch. It's too dark. Take it. This will help you. Careful. You have to be able to see.
Who's there? Dillian, I'm here. I'm here for the trials. Like when we first met, remember?
Porra, não lembro mais de onde eu vim. Já me perdi no escuro.
There he is. There he is. Dillian, there he is. Finally. You found him.
What's wrong? What happened? Can you hear me? Just wait there. I'll find you.
Could you? You have to find him. This is your mission. Find him. You have to use everything you have and find him. Get him back. He was just there. How could you lose him? How could she lose him? How could she? Find him.
I'll find him.
What's that? Did you hear that? Nothing.
Don't touch the walls.
You don't know what they might do.
Turn back.
She has to keep going.
It's not safe here.
E carai.
To keep going.
If you go down there, no one can save you.
Pra cá então.
Too scary.
I can hear him.
Herver disguises herself as a man to join a band of warriors, and soon becomes their leader. When they come to the island where her father is buried, her men do not want to go ashore. They say that evil haunts the island, and that it is a worse place by day than other places are by night. Fearless, she lands alone. There are many grave mounds, and all of them have ghostly flames burning over them. She comes to the grave mound of her father after passing through these ghostly fires, as though they were mist. The flames I passed through were real enough. Damn the Northmen to hell.
It's not him. It's not him. We told you. We told you it was a trick.
That voice doesn't sound like Dillian.
What's happening?
Quiet.
It's not him.
He wants me to find him. I'm lost without him.
It's not Dillian.
That doesn't sound like Dillian.
It sounds like something dangerous.
That voice. It's not Dillian.
Find another way. It's not working. You have to use your mind. Where can you go? You're failing. Think. Focus.
E carai, os dois lados.
Disappeared. You let him slip through your fingers once again. You don't recognize him. Don't doubt yourself. You'll never find it. She doesn't.
Aí é foda.
Yes, you do. You know where you
Eu acho que eu voltei tudo.
listen for his voice. Listen. Dillian. Where are you? Everything looks the same. Looks the same. Something's look for clues. What is it?
Pistas,
What's
pistas.
different? There's a clue.
A voz acho que vem desse lado. Tenho que seguir a voz, velho. Sempre direito. Direito. Caralho.
Dillion wants me to face my fears. Father? I'm leaving. I've decided. I think it will be good for me.
It's the darkness. It's speaking through
No,
you.
Dad, it's me. I think I can beat it. In my own way.
I can see the darkness in your eyes, child.
I met a boy.
Boy.
The chief said so.
No.
He said he could help me.
It's a trick.
He said I could be normal.
Normal?
Yes.
No boy is going to save you. No one can. When they see the rot growing inside you,
No!
they will turn their back on you. The gods can only fix you through my hand. You're going nowhere.
No.
You will not defy the gods. Come, child, take my hand. Come. Senua.
I am leaving!
You cannot escape the darkness. Your curse will make everyone suffer. You will have blood on your hands!
Beleza, já foi um.
It's done. You did it, but there's more. Keep going. There's more. You're tired, but you have to keep going. There's still more. There's always more to do. It's not going to be easy. You're getting tired. Can you do another one? It's too much. Have you got the energy? She hasn't got the energy. No. Too much to do.
I want to tell you a story about a god of the Northmen called Balder. The second son of Odin, He was beautiful, good, and wise. He was fair of feature, he spoke fair words, he gave fair judgments. Light shone from him. Only good things were told of him. Yet he was the first of the gods to die.
Mais claro.
It's fixed. Bridge is fixed. Let's cross it.
The Northmen tell this story about the death of Baldur. It begins with dark dreams. Night after night, Baldur dreams of his own death, and the gods fear for his life. So Baldur's mother makes everything in the world, fire, water, iron, stone, earth, wood, beasts, birds, serpents, poison, sickness, swear an oath not to harm her son. One by one, they each make their vow. Neither weapons nor wood will injure him, Baldur's mother boasts. Only Loki, father of Hela, the mistress of death, is not amused.
Forget. You can feel it. You need the runes to fight Dillion. You need Dillion. He's waiting for you. He always said he's close. He cares about you. He's close. He loves you. Calling you. Dillion. Open the gate. She can't. Open the gate. It's locked. Try harder. She can't. The gate. She can't. She can't. She will. She'll find it. She wants it.
Acho que vou ter que ir aqui pro modo Dark.
The gate is open. Go through the gate. Go through it. It's dangerous. Follow it. What's behind the gate? Where will it take you? It's not safe. Dillion. There he is. There he is. What are you waiting for? Quick, find a way. Find him. Go through before he disappears. Dillion, don't lose him. Way too many times. Where is he? Where's he gone? We're in the wrong world. He's not here. She's in the wrong world. He's not in this world. He's in the other one. He's in the other one. He's in the dark world. Now go down. This is starving you both.
world won't seem so simple. Black and white. Darkness and light. Narrow dividing lines of our own making. Dillian taught her to see further. To peek through the cracks and see the worlds of color stretching away from the glow. And Senua explored new paths into the unknown.
Senua, you've got it. He's the reason
Why is
she's
he
alive
here?
at all. He's gone.
He's in the dark world.
He's gone to
Shut
the
up.
dark world.
You're in the wrong world.
He's in the other world.
The dark world.
Without you.
He was the only one that didn't mind the curse.
The gods feast and rejoice and amuse themselves by throwing spears and stones at Balder, striking at him with sword and axe. But he comes to no harm, whatever they do. The gods never cease to wonder at this great marvel. But Loki shapes himself into a woman and asks Balder's mother, is it really true that all things promise to keep him safe? I did not ask the mistletoe, Balder's mother confesses. I thought it was too young. Oh dear.
Não dá pra abrir mesmo isso? Ah, dá. Agora é só mudar aqui pro modo Dark e voltar lá.
The curse cannot be broken. There he is. Where are you taking him?
He's up there. How do you get up there? There's a way. There is a way up there.
Find the way.
She can do it. You're nearly there. She finds the way.
What didn't she do? She could have.
You have no chance for love now.
Nobody will love you again.
Loki makes a dart out of mistletoe and goes to the gods as they throw things at Balder. The blind god, Huth, was there. Loki asks him why he wasn't taking part. Huth says, I cannot see where Balder stands, and even if I could see him, I have no weapon. Loki replies, here is a wand. I will tell you where he stands. And Huth throws the mistletoe at Balder. It pierces through him, and to everyone's horror, Balder is killed. And for this, Huth is slain.
setinha pra cima,
Years had
M.
passed since she left her father. She trained hard alongside her friends.
Começa invertido.
She saw things no one else could. Patterns, shapes.
Tem alguma por aqui no modo Dark.
An intuition that made her an exceptional warrior. Friendship turned to love. But the shadow of darkness never let her go, and she was caught between two worlds. That of Zinbel and her past, and Dillian, her future. Two realities tearing at her soul.
You have blood on your hands. You are guilty.
Ó o M aqui.
Was it worth it? Wasting your... You have no time for this. Speed up. These rooms mean nothing. It's all part of their game. They've set you trials to distract you.
Não abre.
They've set you up and now they're going to watch you. What if these trials mean nothing? Laughing at you and it feels like they take you a bit closer. She destroys letting this get in the way. If they are just to tire you out, to make you weak before the battle. Lillian saved her. You owe your life to Dillian.
Ah, o Z ali, só tem que ir
Everything to him.
pro outro lado. E aqui mudou o quê? Não, nada.
The Northmen tell how the gods mourned Balder. His body was to be burnt on his ship, but they could not manage to push it into the sea, and sent for a giantess to do it. She comes riding a wolf and has vipers for her reins. She pushes Balder's ship into the sea with such force that the ground shakes and the rollers burst into flames. When Balder's wife sees his body carried onto the ship, her heart bursts with grief, and she dies.
Tá, tem que
She's
voltar
put
pro
next to
Dark.
her husband, and the pyre is lit, sending the dead to hell. But even so, the gods cannot accept his death.
He led you astray. You should have listened to your father when you had the chance. Why didn't you listen to him?
This love has tortured you,
And it tortures them.
you kill the things you love with your curse.
You kill the things that are most precious to you.
Dillian didn't deserve it.
Beleza.
He's the reason she keeps fighting.
Overcome with grief, the gods send Hermod to ride to Hell and ask Hela to let Balder return home. All the gods are weeping, he says. Are they? Asks Hela. We shall see if he is truly missed. If everything in the world will weep for him, he shall go back to the gods. But if even one thing refuses, Balder stays with me. The gods send messengers everywhere. Weep for Balder, weep him out of hell. And everything wept. Men, beasts, earth, stone, trees, metal, everything. Except for a giantess they found in a cave. Balder was never my friend, she said. Let Hel keep what she has. The Northmen say that the giantess must have been Loki in disguise.
Beleza, só falta a setinha pra cima. Essa setinha tá embaixo. Ah, acho que tá aqui mesmo. Setinha pra cima.
Dillian undoes the curse.
What does it feel like to feel a love so strong?
Pode deixar no modo Dark também.
Do you remember meeting him beneath the tree? She thought she had light within her. She is pure darkness.
Tá.
Does it feel warm? Do you feel safe?
Dillian loves you.
Cadê a setinha, velho?
What it was to touch him? He didn't believe that she was cursed.
He saved you when everyone else turned their backs.
He cared in a way that nobody else did.
Ué, tava ali. Ah, não.
He saw who she could be. He saw who she really was. He saw the warrior within.
Tá aqui, cara, não é possível.
Dillian cared for her like no one else has.
Dillian's the only reason she's still alive.
What does it feel like to be in love?
Ali. Porra.
Saved her.
You owe your life to Dillian.
To live on a path racing time, just delay minute by minute by minute. What does she think she's doing? She's special. She thinks she
They mean nothing.
special. Waste of time.
gods are just
Playing,
What if the gods are laughing?
messing with her.
It wouldn't be
Dillian!
Be the first time. There he is.
Dillian never much cared for the underworld. Looked dimly upon the druids, like her father, Sinbad. I guess he took after his father, a chieftain who believed nothing he couldn't see,
Very careful.
and he happened to be blind. She felt safe in Dillian's arms, had to see the world through his eyes. Slowly, the darkness that had bound her so tightly began to unravel. You're going to fall, careful.
No, she's not. She's not going to fall. She's strong. She's steady. She can do it. You can do it, Senua.
Opa, opa.
Be quick.
Foi. Foi.
Breathe.
No!
Where's he gone?
It's your fault. He's disappeared. You've lost him to the sea. He's gone. You've lost him. Just come to me. He's drowned.
Senua. Your father cannot understand your darkness. He cannot see through your eyes. No one can. My own father was born blind. Doesn't have the faintest idea of what the night looks like. The word dark to him means as little as the word light. So someone is afraid of the dark. Should we fix them by taking away their sight? Would you give up the beautiful world that you, and only you, can see just to be rid of your nightmares? Or is this the price you pay for the gift you have? A gift that makes you so special in my eyes. Just another part of the person I love.
I left for the wilds to protect you from my darkness. Because I love you. But it made it worse. I'm so sorry.
What if this is pointless? What if you're wrong? What if this has nothing to do with the sword? What if we're wrong? The sword will never be yours.
Beleza, a parada pra jantar agora. Hellblade, Senua Sacrifice.